So many people are always wondering why I have so many of the Grandmasters on the wall, ranging from Grandmaster Yipman to Grandmaster Yun to the Gula Wing Chun, Grandmaster Fujian. It's of course because I studied many lineages, and it's not necessarily because I wanted to study every lineage out there, because I believe also in functionality, and if something is not that good, I just discard it. Right? But for me it was important, especially in the beginning, to find the origin of the system. So of course I started out with Grandmaster Yipman system in the Netherlands under late Grandmaster Wang Q, and then later into the Leung Ting lineage, which I studied in the 90s here in Hong Kong as a private student of Grandmaster Leung Ting. But then I wanted to know where Yipman got his info from. So when I started to be inspired by proofreading the book Roots of Wing Chun from Grandmaster Leung Ting, I went into mainland China and did some research, and I was quite shocked to find out that the lineages descending from the Sifus of Yipman, Chamba Sun and stuff, were doing many things so different in many different forms. So then I was really curious about how it was with the grandfather of Yipman, yeah, in Kung Fu terms, yeah, his Sigun, so Leung Jan, and his teachings. And I found out that the teachings done in Gula village were also completely different. So it's a very long story, so I will just pick out one particular thing to give you the idea. If we look at the background of the late Grandmaster Yipman, he had actually many teachers. The Chamba Sun, his Sifu, then his Sihings, Yung Chung So and Chan Yu Hin. But he also learned from Yun Kei San, and later on in Hong Kong, he learned in a place called Iadarola by Chu Chun Man and Tang Yik. Wing Chun has, from tradition, its own kind of engine, its own kind of method of using force. If we look at the old Kunkut again, and I take now as an example because it just comes into my mind, from Tang Yik system, they talk about Ging. And Ging is the Cantonese for Jin in Mandarin. So in Mandarin, we talk about Li and Jin. In Cantonese, it's Lik and Ging. And we're looking at the Ging part in Wing Chun. So what is Lik? Lik is mostly a physical engine that is based on muscles. So we use most muscular force. And of course, joints, tendons, everything is working too. But the base of it, the most important point, is the muscles. And what is Ging is also using muscles. Some people say, oh, we don't use any muscles. Bullshit, without any muscles you just drop, right? So it's impossible. But we try to shut off the muscles as much as possible, relax them as much as possible, and mainly use the tendons, the ligaments, and the joints, and then breathing and chi flow. So this is the difference between Lik and Ging in a simple way. Yeah? So when we talk about punching, we have many concepts of punching. In the IWKA, I teach 6 different concepts, but I want to get you familiar with with the first one. So the governing principle of our system is detachment. This is the Chan Buddhism core of Wing Chun. So we are not attached to any type of fixed idea. Meaning, for example, if I use a punch and I say, okay, the punch has to come always from the floor, the power has to come always from the floor. So, from the floor, all through the body, through the waist, into the fist, okay? And have all my power to knock a guy out. That's okay in a ring fight, yeah? It is not really a risk, and it's a good engine. But on the street or on the battlefield, it might have a few downsides. Yeah? What if I'm fighting here? A friend of the guy that I'm fighting is coming with a baseball bat, smashes my knee or my ankle. If I trained all the time to take it from the floor into the opponent, and all of a sudden my ankle is gone, my whole system goes out of the window. Yeah? So we are detached from that concept. Actually, we take power from the floor, but in a totally opposite way. We say in Wing Chun, the fist comes from the heart. This means, first of all, the heart stands also for mind, yeah, for the intention, but it has a double meaning. The other meaning is that the Wing Chun punch starts from the fist, then goes down through the body, shoots back up. How it works is, for example, I can throw the punch and then I drop. You see, I throw and then I drop. This is the engine. Then it shoots back up. Why I do it like that, then I can detach. Meaning, I can take it down till the ankle, I can take it down till the knee. If the knee is shot out, I can take it down to the hip, take it down to the spine, I can take it down only to the shoulder. I can take it down only to the elbow. If the shoulder is injured, I just do the elbow. And I can take it down just to the wrist. So no matter what's happening here, I'm detached from it. Yeah? For example, I'm standing talking with somebody like that. Blah, blah, blah. And I need my fist all of a sudden. I must still be able to generate force and power without having to take that position. Does it make any sense? Maybe Kieren, I used to. So I want you to feel, yeah? So, just by throwing the arm, yeah? It is a kind of a heavy force. Heavy force. And the distance does not matter. So I can be far away, but I can also be quite close and still have that power. Okay? That's very different than a power that comes from the floor and needs more of a push. You understand? Meaning I can always use it. Oh, by the way, do it again. I'll give you some other examples. Maybe I'm tripping in a bar. It's a beer bottle. I'm losing my balance. Yeah? So I'm losing my balance. I can still use it. And that is very important. Now you imagine I have a ball in my hand, like a baseball, and I'm throwing it. Working, right? Now I'm getting lifted up by a cord in the mid-air. Put the baseball in my hand, I can still throw it. But if I use a pushing engine from the floor, I'm getting lifted up by a cord. How I use that? So how this translates, look at her, she's light, right? Maybe, I don't know, 40 kilos, something. Yeah, 45. Yeah. Big guy grabs her, puts her up in the air. With a pushing engine, lick force from the floor, how is she going to take care of the neck? She can do nothing anymore. But what if I come to her and I give her a hammer in her hand? What she does with the skull of the guy? Destroys it, right? That's what the Wing Chun engine is about. I just want you to feel it on your chest. Imagine, yeah? Look, I do 50% of, let's say 5%, yeah? Of the power. I just want you to say if my power stays the same, the closer I come. Yeah, I just do very light, look. Very light. Very light. Same. You understand?
It's constant the whole way through.
So this is what I mean. It's like I have a hammer. So when I get lifted up, because I do a little bit more power, very short distance, I'm in the air now, I can still release a lot of force. So it's like I give a small lady a hammer in her hand and she can still press the skull. And this surprised because I'm myself a purple belt in BJJ, so I'm doing it since the 90s, but just as a hobby. But they're very surprised always when I do some sparring BJJ and I use my engine to free myself out of holes or something or close distance, that I can deliver knockout power from a distance that they totally don't expect it.
Because there's no wind-up for it.
No wind-up. Yeah. It's a totally different engine. But to use this engine, you first have to know how to be Song. The same engine that I'm using to absorb is I'm using here. So you see it, look. It's always same power. Doesn't matter. That's different than using tricep pushing out. Because then, when I'm very close, how am I going to use it? I can only push, then I need to grapple. It's a different engine. So, this is a Western boxing engine. If we look at the Kunkuts, the old scriptures of Wing Chun, was written hundreds of years ago, then it's written Wing Chun uses Ging force, not lick. So the engine is different. But nowadays, many Wing Chun use Wing Chun shape, but the engine is the same as Western boxing. So this is one principle of punching, yeah? Because we don't want anything to disturb our punching. So the first thing that can disturb is unnecessary tension. So relax. Then I can punch from any kind of position, at any angle. Second thing that can disturb is fixed stances. I need to stand like that. I need to be 100% here, 0% here. No, it's 50-50, and from that I can go 100% rear leg, 100% front leg, and everything in between, depending on the situation. This is not fixed, you know. It never was fixed. I don't know why this became fixed. Yeah? Then another thing that can disturb is fixed space. If I can strike only there, but when we come close I cannot strike anymore, I'm constricted. I need to be always the master over space. So at any type of proximity, distance, I need to be able to strike. Another thing that can disturb is when I need my balance, talking always, I need my balance to strike. No. What if I'm not at balance? I'm falling, or a takedown is happening. Bang, I need to still be able to give that knockout blow, right? So balance should not disturb me. Etc., etc. Like this, I have a whole list of more than 20 things of what other styles are looking for is actually what we are detached for. Yeah? Then the second thing is, second concept, is called lineages, chain punching. So famous in Wing Chun. But people see chain punching only as that. But this is what we call yin punch in Wing Chun. This is what we call yang punch. Then we have basic punch, the uppercut, and then we have the hooking punch. Now again, the engine is different. Yeah? I'm throwing instead of pushing. So you see my hook. See? And I can talk and I can punch for hours like this, and when I stop, I'm still the same breath. This is a very important thing. We also detach from the breathing. Yeah? So when people do pet work, after 5-6 minutes, need a break. Why? They're so full of tension. So the muscles, everything needs a lot of oxygen. But when you relax and you throw using the tendons and the ligaments, you can punch for, I do pet work 15 minutes, full power. After my 15 minutes, my breathing is the same as when I started. Something there, right? Yeah. So, if you do again the pedal, like you feel the So, just hold my hand there. You see how relaxed I am? How it goes in, yeah? It feels like a frog. It's quite heavy. And then, from a short distance, is the same. You see? Meaning, in Chizao, let me do it first. You can take a little bit, eh? Yeah. I do it very easy here, but you feel it.
Heavy.
Yeah.
Very, very heavy.
More short, very short. Yeah. Now you imagine we are arguing, okay? Look, there it is. This is a knockout. This is a very heavy punch. In Chizao, the hooking punch. So every time I batanza, there it is, pow. The same engine, the same heaviness. You understand?
Yeah.
So that is the Wing Chun type of striking. It is different. It is like a throwing. And then I can add the body by dropping extra power. So I throw, drop. Then the power goes more. You do it again.
What is the reason that you drop the body weight? What is the purpose of it?
The power goes in the punch because it shoots back. It is like.
So it goes down and comes back?
Yes. You will feel it. When I drop the body, when I don't do it, when I just do the arm, it's just the arm. Yeah, just the arm. Now I drop the body. Yeah. See, it's like deeper. Yeah? So, but again, I don't need it. This is so crucial that I don't need the floor, because this is the domain of the grappler, where the grappler is going to be superior. Yeah? You can just test it by this. Many people, you just hold your hand here, and you put pressure, and then they go. You see, they cannot punch anymore. This is what the grappler uses. But what if I use like the pushing exercises? You push on me, just drop him. You see, here is all the power. You understand? I don't let you have control over my body. I'm detached. But that's only the first step. Yeah? I was talking about lineages. So I do lineages not only with the yin punch, but maybe I do it with the yang punch. Maybe I do it with the chan sao. Maybe I do it with different combination strikes. It's also lineages. But the most important thing is in Wing Chun, where the last strike ends, the new one begins. So I'm not having a gun, yeah, or pump action. I'm having a machine gun. But and again, you can only do it when you have the right engine. So, for example, if I strike here with a hooking punch, okay, and you tense up, I can use the tension to shoot, to come with my uppercut, but without recoiling. Then come back with the chan sao, then with the yin punch. You see all the time, then maybe with the shoulder. It's all the time a linking up without going back to a position. Because what the boxer does, yeah, you do the Thai boxing matches, right?
Come back.
They come back. And if they have a knockout, bang, perfect. But if it does not have a knockout, they have to come back in order to defend again. Or, when they miss, the punch slips. They also have to come back for the counter strike.
Yes.
We don't do that in Wing Chun. We strike where it hits. It starts the next blow. But it's only possible when you have the right achievement. They talk about it, but they cannot do it because they use a Western boxing engine. Then I need to go back. See? But let's say I'm here, yeah, I'm hit. Now from here, I can still strike. It's a very short distance, but I have all my power there.
The power is still there, yeah.
Power is still there, so it doesn't matter. But I can only do that with this engine. Yeah? For example, just I show you that I don't recoil. He just moves the pads a little bit, and I'm using different kind of Wing Chun weapons. Yeah? So all the time, the power is there. See, it doesn't matter from which distance or whatever. You see, all the time the power is there. And my breathing detached. So I can talk to him, I can talk to you, and strike the pads. So you can imagine how that works in a real life fighting situation. That's what I need at any time. Because in the street, right, I'm walking. It has to be natural. So when he punches me or whatever, at any distance, I have to be able to have this knockout power. You see, from a very natural position. That is not like, give me a hook. Yeah? No, you give me a hook. You see? That's how I do cheese out. Why we do cheese out? This is to control the center line. To control the center line in this body balance. And then every movement, after I have that stage, every movement is a hidden disrupted strike. So look at this now. This is my hook. This is my uppercut. This is my faxal. So if we start to strike, you see here all the time there is all kind of striking there. All the time. This is all interrupted strikes. See? Playing with this balance. Playing with balance, striking, and then you see the application. You punch me, it doesn't matter. Punch me. Punch me. Punch me. Punch me. I don't need to know. I don't need to know where the punch is coming from or how to handle it. Okay? That is then, when you strike me, I make contact and immediately I seize your body. And punch hard. How it feels. I do now a young punch. So for example, if you punch me again, I can take it out and I can do balance. But now the Emei, so when is done, that's the Emei, that's the injection.